mic check episode.
Some shit.
Yeah, do the headphones. What do you think about my hair, bro? Should I like rock it? Like, I don't give a shit.
Hold on, let's see. Yeah, it looks good. Your hair looks good. You're lucky to have such a beautiful head of hair at this point in your life.
I know, it's true. There's a lot of baldies out there.
Yeah, you're
Shout
looking
out
at
to the
one.
baldies.
Yeah, it's all good.
Shout out to the baldies.
What a weird well, maybe we'll get into that. Anyway, welcome everybody. So, it's been a while. Here we are. It's been, I think, a couple weeks, right? The last episode was the Ryan J episode, I
I
believe.
don't think that was a couple weeks. I think that was probably a week.
All right, a week. That was about a week. Sorry we left you hanging a week. But, it's funny because when we started this thing, I wanted to do it and have it not feel like work, but everything inevitably ends up being work. That's just the way life is. So sometimes you get, I'm not complaining. I love it. It's easy work, but it still is a thing you got to do. And yeah, so here we are. I didn't hang up the background. I usually have I got the blanket behind me. I'm just rocking the open closet because I hear that's what the people like. That's what I hear. People like the raw, real shit, man, and that's what I'm here to.
It's a good metaphor, right?
Yeah,
The open closet. It's a great metaphor. Like, we're accepting here. We
are.
Come on out.
Yeah, come on out. I crawled out of it right before doing this, but yeah, man. I guess I'll just lead myself into this mental health thing, get it over with, and then we can be silly.
I love it. Let's stay on track, Joel. How's your mindset?
It's not. I mean, it's been all right. I've been having a rough month, man. I just because that's just what life is. You go through these years of life where, like, I look back at video of myself just laughing, and we have these moments in life where everything's kind of okay, everything's good, and you're kind of just living around, and then shit happens every now and then where you gotta reset and kind of you're looking around at what's next, and you gotta just sort of figure out what you're gonna do to keep moving forward in a positive way. I'll say I've been a little bit it's just, I don't know, I felt like a little bit of weight on my shoulders this month, but I told a friend of mine, like, my mind is still kind of crazy, but like my spirit feels good. Like there are things that I'm worried about, but it's not really weighing on like my spirit or my the drive that I have, I guess. Like I'm still doing stuff. I don't feel completely negative or consumed by like dark thoughts. It's more like it's been a bit of an uphill climb this month, and it's just the world and everything. It's just we just hit these moments in our life, and where maybe a few years ago I'd be like, oh, it's always me, why is it me? But really what I'm noticing is it's just, that's everybody. You never know when this guy, this singer that I really love named Manu Chao has a song called La Vida es una tombola, which means basically like life. A tombola is like like a lottery where you throw a bunch of like balls with numbers into that spinny thing, and you spin it and then you reach in. That's what that is, I believe. And so just life is sort of a gamble. You never know what you're going to get. And that's just where it's at right now. So overall, I'm still, I have my moments that get sort of dark, and I get a little, not dark, I get a little sad. I get sad. And I wouldn't even say a little sad. I just get varying levels of sadness. But through...
I mean, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, can you get more detailed about it? People are probably wondering what's going on. What?
Yeah.
Can you get specific, or you don't want to?
Not really. I mean, I got a lot of changes going on in my life. I think I had some like health issues up at the top of the month that really kind of set this off. That I don't think I'm fully done dealing with. So it's a lot of that, and I'm fine. I'm okay. It was nothing serious, but I have to like my next step for this next month is like to fully just take care of myself physically and get to a point where I can like be comfortable again all the time, you know. I mean, whatever. Fuck it. I'll say so. The health. This is kind of crazy.
You don't have to. You don't have to say it. I mean, it's just like,
Well, no,
I think
because it
you-
sounds like
you
I don't want
said
people
it
to think
you
I
had a
like it's
health
like some
issue that's
crazy.
Not that big of a deal,
You know
but have
what?
to take care of it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The reason I'm iffy to say anything is because like you always get these like internet fucking doctors. Some of them very nice. Some of them are listeners, and thank you for listening. But my paranoia, they'll start speculating shit, and it's not gonna help my mind. So let's just say I had a thing. I took some stuff to take care of it, but I think that there is a sort of more underlying issue that is also not serious, but it just going to the doctor and all that stuff is it's just heavy for me. You know, I was joking about like that's what they should use VR and stuff for, is like give you a VR headset when you walk into a hospital that is like some place that is calming, so you don't feel like you're in a fucking hospital, because there's just something about the vibe of those places that I don't enjoy. You know, it takes me.
I mean, sounds like you're onto a good that sounds like some Elon Musk invention. Let's do it, Elon. Let's
Yeah,
get
Elon.
together.
We know you listen.
Make this cool VR experience for hospital patients.
Yeah, you get in,
I
they
love
give
it.
you a headset.
Where would
you
you be?
sit down, a beach, or I don't know, somewhere nice. Even if you're just, it can make you feel like you're at your own home, like in your own bed, like when you're in the waiting room, just in your mind and all that. You're viewing yourself in your own bedroom in your bed. I mean, you know, I think
It's
it'd
a
be
huge pile of clothes in the corner.
exactly. There's something really comforting about that. But so that was going down, and you know, it's just sort of looking forward to getting myself like fully back on track where I'm good. I'm fine. You know, I feel like also here's the thing. When I started this show too, and just being in entertainment in general, I had to really question my level of privacy that I'm okay with having. You know, there are people that live their entire lives online, like everything is online, and that's cool. Like that's almost like you put everything online so much that nothing really bugs you anymore because your life is just that. And then there are people that are super private, and I've mostly leaned toward the really private section of it, because I feel like especially like whatever, if it involves family or friends or anything like that, it's like those people didn't necessarily sign up to be in entertainment. So I feel like sometimes it's not my place to speak on about those sort of things. So I've always been kind of
Was that a jab at me, by
No.
the way, for posting a picture of my dad's busted face on my Instagram?
oh no, I didn't even see that. No, I didn't see that. No,
My dad fell and
Oh,
busted his
man.
face, and I posted it on Instagram.
it'd be funny if like he looked like you now that he busted his face. Like he didn't look like you before. But all right, I don't know why that got.
Face. Yeah, I got it. You said I'm ugly. I look like
I
I'm
don't,
a
but
mutilated
I
face.
don't think you're ugly though. I don't think you're.
No, but just say it. My face looks mutilated without even having to fall on it. That's what you're trying to say.
That was the joke. It sounds awful when you say it.
You're saying what you're trying to say is like, hey, David, you look like a guy who fell and scraped his face on the cement.
I mean, you said it. I didn't. That was the joke. It's that'd be funny. Like you go to a roast battle and whatever joke you stop it. You go wait. Okay, let me get this straight. So what you're saying is, her mom was really. She was so big that she sat and her body reached different rooms
No,
of
you
the
don't
house.
understand. It's hard for a big woman to fit inside of a tub.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to say. Like
I was trying to
she's
write
so
a joke about like how like the sad side of your mama jokes, like, you know, your mama's so fat she jumped in the sky and got stuck. Now who will take care of the kids? Who's gonna pay the bills? Your mom is stuck in the sky. You know, the kids are probably, you know, what if there's like a newborn down there? He's probably gonna die unless the rest of the kids can help raise him. You know,
the house is definitely going to burn down because they have no idea how to cook. They've never cooked before. Then they're going
it's-
to try to make macaroni and cheese. The box is going to catch on fire.
exactly. These are not funny things.
but
How come you
Yeah,
get to
but
walk
Mom should've
away
done
after the Your Mama joke?
few
You just
sit-ups.
you don't think about. It's like the Marvel movies with like the damage that these superhero battles do. You get to do the Your Mama joke, you walk away, and you don't have to deal with the repercussions. The other day I was talking to it was me, Jet Ski Johnson, and Van Corona. Van has a sweet
Name
ass
dropper.
Oh yeah, big. Well, to me, you know, I good. I'm glad. I want to drop my friends' names. I drop your name all the time, and then I
Jet Ski
step on
Johnson.
it. No, but I was talking to them about like some of the funnier Your Mama jokes that I don't hear that often, and for some reason this is so dumb. There were two that stuck out to me that are, especially in LA, because being skinny is like here in LA is like it's like a good thing. But when I was a kid, one of the silliest jokes, two of them are, the first one is, your mama's so skinny she can hula hoop with a Cheerio. It's so dumb, but you're like 7 and you're like, ha ha ha, whatever. And now like a girl like in West Hollywood or like Beverly Hills would be like, oh my God, thank you. But so that, and then the other one was, your mama's so small she hang glides on a Dorito. And I just love, it's just
So stupid.
Oh, your mama's so small she committed suicide by jumping off the curb. It was like these like, I guess in the Mexican community, like people are small. Some Mexicans are smaller people, you know. So that's pretty funny if you have like a small Mexican mom. Anyway, do you have any
Thank you for
favorites?
explaining that. Thank you.
But well, yeah. Do you have any favorite Your Mama jokes?
Your mom is so weak she can't fight the current in the bathtub.
That's
It's
funny.
probably my favorite.
I was thinking, yeah, your mama's so weak she can't even lift my spirits. I don't know. Oh, I know
Your
what.
mom is
Go ahead.
your mom is so fat. A cop told her break it up, but she was the only one on the corner. No, that was not very good.
I mean, what was the other one? Your mama's so poor she can't even pay attention, which is your mama's so dumb I told her it was chilly outside and she grabbed a bowl. That's a good one. Anyway, man, I love those because even on In Living Color they made a real game show out of it, the Dirty Dozens, where they had like a host and like at the end they'd have to solve a puzzle, like whatever, and it was like a drawing, and then the answer was like, it was like, your mama's so fat the back of her neck looks like two pigs fighting over a pack of hot dogs or something like that. It was, anyway, I got my second. Well, anyway, so I'm done. That's the mental health check-in.
Anyway.
Mental health. Oh,
there's
I
the
know
mental
what.
health / Yo Mama jokes.
I'm doing overall I'd say my spirit feels good, and I feel like maybe in a couple of months I'm going to be back to it and probably even stronger than I was before all of this. But I was going to make a dumb joke cuz I got my second vaccine today. So I'm fully vaccinated. My joke was going to say that one of the side effects is making hack jokes. So about
There you go.
the vaccine, I was gonna say, my arm has fallen off. I eat the blood of babies now, and the liberal agenda has permeated my mind. Anyway, I
Bill
don't
Gates hates comedy. Bill Gates hates comedy, man. It's his agenda is just to
Yeah.
make people unfunny.
Yeah, I wonder if Bill Gates
We
is
should have
funny at all.
we should have some guests on, like we should get on the Discord together and talk to some people who are anti-vaccine. I would like to talk to some anti-vaccine people.
It'd just be an argument, man.
No, you don't have to argue. You could just listen. You could just listen to what they say and then just not agree with them, and just like, because I'm curious. Like, I'm always curious because people are like, oh, it's not natural, but it's like, okay, a phone's not natural, gasoline's not natural, cars aren't natural,
True
parachutes
that.
aren't natural, airplanes aren't natural.
The opposite.
Sneakers,
Sneakers
sneakers aren't natural.
The opposite of
Aspirins
that
aren't
is
natural.
when people say, they think that something that's natural is better for you, but snake venom is natural. So
Good point. That's a
you
good
know.
point. Snake venom, spider bites are natural.
Yeah, a tiger eating your fucking head is natural.
That's the truth. Like, nature is fucking not
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's better. I hate that. Like, oh, this is all natural. It's like, yeah, like I said, so is snake venom. That's all natural. It's 100% natural. It's organic too. It's snake
Yeah,
venom
you know
is
what's
organic.
natural is dying of a fucking disease. That's natural. Like at the
Yeah,
age of like
natural death.
32, you know?
Yeah.
That's natural. Like nature's trying to kill you very quickly.
Oh man, that's so fucking trippy. Yeah, it's. I think that the word natural has just been used so much as like a marketing ploy, and we have sort of in our human vernacular, natural means safe now for the most part, like to us, or people
Yeah.
think that, but I don't really know, man. I used to get into yeah, okay, so back to the thing about the vax thing is like the arguments. I saw this funny meme of Keanu Reeves yesterday where he was saying like, I'm too old to argue now. Like if somebody says 1 + 1 = 5, he goes, sure, you're right. He's like, and then I move on because it's just too much energy. So I think you're right. I think you could sit and listen, but the thing is, I guess there's this weird.
I would
thing
ask questions. I would ask
Yeah.
questions too, because one of the things I hear from a lot of people like that are, mad, they're like, I don't want to wear a mask because then you breathe your own carbon dioxide, right?
Yeah,
That's what they say.
I've heard
which
that,
it's not true, obviously. It's not true. It's been proven false. But anyway, even if it was true, right? The same people will say, I don't want to wear a mask because I need that. I actually need the germs to make my body strong.
Mm-hmm.
So which is it? It's like if you wear a mask and you're not getting enough oxygen, that's going to make your body strong. You're
Yeah.
going to get way stronger.
Yeah.
Like people who don't get to breathe as much oxygen, people who train in the mountains.
Yeah.
The Kenyans, they're the best marathon runners because they can't breathe as much oxygen as us down here. They train harder.
Yeah, when I
They're
used to
stronger.
do Muay Thai, my trainer would have me run with my mouthpiece in. It was like a double mouthpiece with a little hole for air because it's what's gonna prep you for when you're fucking in there breathing real hard. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's fucking it's interesting.
I'm just saying,
you
it's
know.
just something like for me. I'm interested in all that shit. Like
Yeah.
I want to talk to people who
Yeah.
believe in and like I want to talk to
No,
people
for
who
sure.
believe the Earth is flat. I just want to know. I'm just curious. I just think it's interesting. You don't have to argue with them. You can just let them talk because, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not based on anything. It's like anti-vaccine shit. It's not based on anything. It really
Yeah.
isn't. You could show me. You can't show me like real studies. You can show me like fake bullshit, and you can show me some people who say they've gotten sick, but there's no actual proof. They could have just gotten sick as well. Because
Yeah.
I got sick before and I didn't. You know what I mean? Like there
Yeah,
are autistic people. I get it.
That's
But-
the hard thing with the internet is like you can find anything that will validate your thoughts. Like I used to do that shit when I was like because I'll take like Xanax. I used to have to take Xanax to fly, or sometimes I will just because I'm extremely panicky. But I would be on an airplane, red eye flight, and I can't sleep, and like I want to drink or whatever, and I'm like, so I'll Google. Can I? And these are the planes with Wi-Fi. All right, so don't try to poke your holes in my theory. I would Google, can I drink on this or like whatever, and a lot of them would say no. It's probably not a good idea. This and that. I would just keep Googling till I found the one that said yeah, and then I'd go, oh, cool. All right, I read it here. Here we go. And that's
Perfect.
what happens with conspiracy theories. It's like, or whatever. It's like you can find anything to validate whatever you're thinking. And you already kind of know what you want to believe, so keep looking till you find that one thing. I've done it with that, so it's like I knew I wanted to drink. I was gonna do it no matter what, but I needed to like find the one that said go ahead, and then I'm like, thumbs up, let's fucking do it. Yeah, I don't know. I had
So
written
you
an-
found it. You found a conspiracy theory podcast, and then they were like, "You can drink on that shit. It's big pharma.
Yeah.
hates big alcohol.
yeah.
It's a big conspiracy theory that they're trying to kill off the beer barons."
Well, dude, yeah, if you're like, Hillary Clinton eats babies or something, you'll find that shit. You can find everything, man. It's like, I've been
Well, the scary thing is that's true, but
I know,
you can't
I
really
know.
blame her. You can't. Blame
oh,
her.
about Hillary, yeah,
Babies,
it's sad, yeah,
yum, yum.
it sucks.
Delicious.
What was I gonna say? Oh, but back to the drinking thing, right? I was having sort of all these emotions around it, and trying to figure out what sort of how to responsibly do it, or if I could, or whatever. And so I think since the last time, I think it was St. Patrick's Day actually was the last podcast we did, so the 17th. But
Yeah, it was. You're right.
okay, so I think that night I had, for St. Patrick's Day, I had dinner with my buddy Pat, and he's Irish. You know, they kind of do it up on St. Patrick's Day a little bit, and so I had one Guinness and a half. I had one by myself, and then I split one with him, and I was fine. It was like because I was with people that I knew. All responsibly. Everybody relax. I hate that too. That I gotta say that. Well, I don't hate
You
that
don't have
because
to
it's
say
a
it.
good.
Just keep talking, man. Don't
Anyway,
worry about it. Just keep
well,
talking.
because
You're
I
so
worry
deep in-
I worry about spreading a responsible message here. You know, I feel like it's a little bit. It is important to me. Anyway, but so and I was fine because I think what I'm finding is it's mostly when I'm around people I don't know well that it goes wrong, and it's also sort of the amount. So, and maybe like if it's just like a Wednesday and I'm not doing shit and I'm drinking, that's bad. Like for me, and also I don't love the way I feel the next day. It's not ideal, you know. Of course, I like waking up after
Maybe
sleeping
it's the
well.
amount that you drink as well, because 1.5 beers isn't that much. But like,
Yeah, and
you're saying you wouldn't drink 1.5 beers around someone that you don't know that well and have a bad experience. You would just probably keep drinking to have a bad experience.
Or I would keep drinking because I was nervous around that person, or maybe like I don't know what to talk about. Where with like Pat, we've been fucking good friends for a very long time, so like it doesn't matter if I'm drinking Diet Coke or whatever the fuck. I can carry on a talk with this guy. Where if I'm like in a circle of people I don't know, I'm gonna try to numb that feeling of like fear in my mind, I think. But so I did that, and then my brother's wedding was a couple of weeks ago, and so I had I had some drinks with him. That night I kind of I had a lot of fun, and it was worth it. And the next day I woke up feeling a little fucked up, but it was also like, I didn't regret it because it was my brother's wedding. It was like nice, and then what was the other day? And then recently on Van's birthday, I had a couple with Van. But so basically, what's happening now is like if there's some sort of occasion or whatever, and I'm just kind of being real conscious of what I'm doing. I'm just trying to be real careful. But I think what was happening was when I was bored or anytime I was anxious, I would kind of like try to melt that away, and then inevitably the next day sort of sink. So who knows? I'm still, I was talking to my cousin's friend, and she was like, I was sort of discussing the whole mind fuck of what I was like thinking about not drinking and this and that. And she was like, well, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 34. She's like, well, that's about the time like that you're kind of starting to like, you're figuring out what's responsible. You know, when you're a teen or in your 20s, people are kind of just balls to the wall, and as you're getting older, you're starting to go like, I can't really fucking do that anymore. You know, I gotta wrap this up, or I need to like, there are certain things you have to do to kind of make sure that you're okay the next day, especially if you're working or whatever it is. So
if you're a pussy.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing I think about. It's like those sort of people can go fuck themselves. Like, oh, you're not drinking, dude. It's Tuesday at 3. You don't want to fucking get day drunk with me. It's like, no, I do, but I just, I know I shouldn't. But so that's another thing I was thinking about. And
I mean, it's like, the thing that I see is like, you love martial arts. It's like, I can't imagine being someone training for martial arts seriously and drinking. I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, a beer here and there maybe, but what's the point of having a beer here and there, Drinking is to get fucked up and to lose control and to go crazy and to smash shit.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I'll say
that's what I think. That's what I think.
My favorite sort of, my favorite optimum situation is like dinner with a friend and like 1 or 2 beers. I feel that with my close friends, I like where those talks go, and to me, it's almost like this tribal, like, it's just a nice moment. I can have it without, but there is this like, I don't know. It's just like a ritualistic thing, I guess, that I think is kind of cool. Like sharing a drink with a person. That's if you can do that. There are absolutely people who cannot do that because they will.
Everyone can do it. Let's
I don't agree.
Like you can. Everyone can do it, man. I don't really believe that AA shit. I don't. Like, everything is possible. Anything. Anyone can do anything. It's in your mind. If you want to be the type of person that's responsible with drinking, you just have to work at it really hard. Is it worth it to you?
Yeah, but I think
what are you? What,
Yeah.
it's not a. It's
Wait, are you being
doctors-
serious?
No doctor. I'm being dead serious, bro. No
Okay.
doctors will tell you alcohol's not. I mean, anyone could do heroin respectfully. I mean, it's a drug. You know. Maybe
well, I
you
think
don't want
when you're
to,
saying
that's fine, but
anyone,
you
I think
could.
that's what's
I mean, I don't
like
drink,
a little,
so, 'cause I just don't care that much. But
funky to me is the word
I
anyone.
used to think
because
I was the type of person.
What I'll
that
say too
couldn't
is like,
drink,
hold on,
and
I
now
think you're
realize
frozen.
that
You
I
probably
can do anything I want.
Yeah, I think that when we look at it that way, we're thinking that the alcohol is the problem, but what people in the program will say is that it's not the problem, that alcohol is the solution. So I'm thinking that I definitely think there are people who maybe have a lot of sadness and other things in their lives where they can't drink responsibly because the effect is too good. Like it is a solution to your feelings, which is negative because you can't be doing it all the time like that. Like
I understand, but I guess I guess we're saying the same thing different ways.
I guess so.
Yes,
Yeah.
If you're at a stage of your life where you can't drink or you don't want to drink or it doesn't work for you, that's fine. But what I'm saying is like, it's not that you can't drink you can't, if you wanted to drink responsibly, you could, maybe not right this second, but you have to work mentally towards that, being that person. It's not the alcohol, it's you.
Yeah, but I
That's
think
what I think. That's what I think. There's
and-
not different types of people. We're all the same type of person.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's like, I think it's possibly a brain chemistry thing. I don't know, maybe like a trauma thing or but I've definitely met people who have quit who I'm like so glad they did because I don't think they could have, man. They'd be like dead or in jail if they were still drinking.
I mean, I guess I understand what you're saying.
You're also
I
speaking from a
understand what
point
you're
of
saying. I
like
guess
you were able to
you're not-
kind of stop, or like for
you
you.
didn't know me. You didn't know me, bro. I was
Yeah.
horrible in a horrible
yeah.
place. But what I'm saying is like, I'm not saying anything. What I'm saying is from a like strictly medical or scientific.
Mhm.
Just like cigarettes. Let's change it to cigarettes because cigarettes aren't the same as alcohol, right? Cigarettes
Yeah.
are very addictive, right? You would say, I can't smoke one cigarette without now buying a pack of cigarettes a day. It's impossible, right? And what I'm saying is like, as difficult as that is, it would be a mental challenge, and you are in control of that, not the cigarettes, because technically you could do that.
Yeah.
If you were strong enough, what you're saying is I'm not strong enough to do that. And what I would be saying is like, you could work towards being strong enough to do that. Anyone can.
Yeah.
Anyone can.
I guess then
could.
the question is, it's probably more beneficial to a human's life to put the effort into just not drinking and having a better life than to that same amount of energy spending it towards like figuring out how to do it once every month
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
that's what I do. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not worth it to me to like put that effort in. I know I could, but
I think that
And as
the
much as I'd
effort
like
is
to, it's like,
spent
I
better
don't
not
really
doing
care.
it. I think
that's what I think.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
But I
know
also
enough
am
about
not
the
gonna
science.
conform. I'm not going to tell people that I'm going to be the opposite way. That's why I don't really go to AA or any of that stuff because I don't want to be out of control. I don't want to be like, I can't do this. I need
Yeah.
God to do this. Like, nope, I did it, and I do it, and every day I
Do you
do it.
think-
And if I fail, I fail.
Do you think that's like an ego thing at all?
I mean, in the sense that like, if you ask me my name's David.
Yeah.
Yes, that's an ego thing. But
Or no, like
not in
being
a
like
negative-
not saying like I did it or whatever. Kind of wanting to be the sole sort of like person responsible for that.
I am the sole person responsible.
I
for
guess.
that,
Yeah.
because
I don't know.
Who else?
I'm
did
just.
it?
I'm thinking
I mean, I had
about
help. I
you
had
know-
help, but like it's weird to me. Like that's why I'm an atheist, I guess, because like I don't believe that there's a being with a beard like putting
Yeah.
thoughts in my head.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
I made that decision.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's based a lot on like, genetics and my mental makeup. I get that, but I made the decision to quit. I took the steps to quit. And yes, people helped me, and I used resources and all that shit. And there's things you can do to whatever. But why would take that away from someone. Humans are amazing. Like, you catch a football and you're like, thank God I caught that. It's like, well, why did you even train? Why train? Why work so hard? Why try? Why play college? Why not just pray to God every day and then go to pro workout and just, if God is that amazing, you could do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that, like, I think that, I mean, the program is not all about a God thing, right? Like, even now, it's sort of a little more chill where they let you sort of, I think, they let you pick whatever you think God is to you. And I think that that's just a way to sort of realize that you are not the center of whatever universe that you're in, that there is something bigger than you, whatever that is, the science or
I disagree.
space.
I think you are the center of wherever you are. Like,
okay, then you're the
world?
center of your universe, but then that's saying that the ocean isn't vast. The ocean is fucking. If I drop you in the ocean, you're gonna die in the middle of the ocean.
Fuck no, I'm not. What are you talking about?
Dude, if I drop you in black water, like fucking 100 miles from the shore, you're gonna die. There's no way.
I could easily swim 100 miles.
Okay.
If you pointed me in the right direction, if you were like,
fuck off. All
drop
right.
me 100 miles. Go ahead. Drop me 100 miles.
If we get 1 million subscribers, David's going to swim 100 miles. I'm going to drop him in the middle of, like, with fucking the Laird Hamilton fucking wave zone and have him fucking.
I already know how to tie my shirt and put air in it. I already know how to do that.
Man.
I'm going to put air in my shirt.
I don't know. I think I dig it. I think some of the the steps of the program. I've not that I'm not like in it or anything, but I think that just sort of like if I look at it, I go, oh, that makes sense. Like the math of all that, like being accountable, like helping other people, basically staying sober through service is like that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. I'm just like,
I guess I'm just like I don't want to like.
I'm not against. I mean, if people use the program, they use the program, but it feels like a cult to me, and like for me personally, I mean, I personally want people out there to know that you can do it on your own. You don't need the program. If you don't want the program, if it doesn't appeal to you, and you want to reach out to me, man. I'll help you. You can do it. You want to lose weight without Weight Watchers and all. You can take your own path. Your mind is really strong.
Yeah,
you're powerful.
I guess I'm like because I don't know enough about like sort of the science of like people who are like predisposed to addiction or whatever. I don't know if that's like a proven thing or whatever that is. I think that
even if it is, you can beat it. Like everyone has. There's no one that hasn't beaten anything. You know what I mean? Like everything has been beaten. Everything has been beaten. You can beat it. It's a game.
I guess why there's pushback from in my mind towards those sort of things is like I'm kind of part of me is that sort of it's a little reminiscent of like this like pull yourself up by your bootstraps, like don't be a bitch, like the extreme like all you got to do is just fucking, leave your running shoes by your bed. Like there is other things involved in that. There is this aggro,
I get that.
Go get it culture that is like, sure, of course that the math on that makes sense too. But it's like, to me, I think that I know because I'm one of them. There are personality types that don't necessarily, sometimes I feel immobile. Like people are like, well, why don't you just do it, man? Just go do it. You just got to get up. You got to do it. And it's like, I know, but I can't leave my fucking bed right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm fucking whatever. Maybe I'm too weak for the world or whatever that is. But like,
true.
Okay. But it's just like, but so sometimes I hate the sort of like black and white, and I know you're not saying that. I'm not. I know you're more like nuanced.
Of course not.
Person, but the reason I somewhat like I get like this knee jerk reaction is that I think that these like the don't be a bitch like culture to me is it's helpful to some, but I think that we're leaving behind a whole bunch of people who are maybe dare I say it, more sensitive. And even that word, right? These aggro fucks would be like, oh, sensitive? Oh, the world ain't sensitive, right? Like me talking about nature. Like, you think a lion gets up and goes, man, I'm sad today. Like, go get that gazelle. You got to eat, man. You got to fucking Yeah, dude,
It's
you
not
just
bad
gotta.
advice, but yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right, but it's not bad advice. But that's
No, it
the world
makes
is a
sense on
the world is
paper,
a
right?
paradox. The world
Yeah,
is a paradox.
exactly.
Man.
Yeah,
That's
so
just the
that's all
reality.
I'm saying is like I
So
feel
strap your fucking bootstraps up, fucking go out there and get what you want. Set a goal for yourself. Realize you're not perfect.
yeah.
Lean on your friends. If you
if,
need a
if
doctor,
you're
and therapy,
schizophrenic, you beat up those voices in your head.
I just said if you need a doctor
yeah.
and therapy and you need medicine, I mean, come on, man, you're going extreme. If you're schizophrenic, I mean, come on.
No, I'm saying I'm
That's
making
scary.
a character of
That's-
like these like tough
I
guy
understand.
guys. They're like, oh, if you have schizophrenia, you're hearing voices. You go through a fight training camp and you take those voices into the octagon and you choke them out, each and every one of them. And
But let me ask you this, Joel. Let me
Yeah.
ask you this. I'm going to flip it on you, right? Do you feel like that? It's not bad. It's not bad.
I
I'm
need
just
a
asking
red
you,
vine.
like, in terms of like working out, stopping to eat bad food, setting
Mm-hmm.
goals for yourself, stuff like that. Things that you want to do. You want to work out every day. You want to stop eating so much sugar and junk food. You want to meditate every day. You want to be disciplined. I see you. You want to, right?
Yes.
Is there a possibility? Now you're saying the whole like aggro dude thing doesn't work for you, right? Now,
I'm not saying
on
it
the other
doesn't
hand-
work. I've gotten motivation from it. I've listened to people.
On
On
the other hand, do you think these situations where people are like coddled and it's like, do you think it puts an idea in people's heads that kind of brands them? It gives them the opportunity to be like, oh, that's me. I'm the type of drinker that could never have one beer without getting
yes,
fucking
I
light.
think that's possible. I think both extremes are bad. What I'm looking for is the truth lies somewhere in between. I think with most things, it's like nobody likes the fucking ends of the bread. You might because you're baking your own or whatever the fuck, right? But if people go buy a loaf, most people they just keep grabbing from the middle and the fucking two ends meet up at the end of it, and then you have to make an ugly grilled cheese sandwich. But I think
Use the ends to dip into pasta sauce. That's the best.
that
'cause it
sounds
stays
great.
firm.
But I think that I guess that's what it is in anything is like, and I'm guilty of it too. Whenever I get into something, I'm one of those fucking. I'm like, after I got my tattoo, I was like telling everybody they should go get one. It's like I'm also insane about that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think that I want to be where I want to be the middle bread is what I want to figure out. I guess doing what you need to do, but also not having someone fucking yell at you while you're doing it. It's like, hey, I know that I need to sign up for this thing. I need to go, but like I want to do it in like a calm way. I don't want it's scary enough to go do something, let alone do it while you're being yelled at or something. It's like fucking Gomer from fucking Full Metal Jacket, right? He's just like they're just like berating. I mean, that's war, but and then he ends up fucking snapping. And I think that there are those personality types that maybe, but yeah, you're right. I mean, both ends are bad. I'm trying to find the balance of.
I just think it's like take control of your own mind.
Yeah.
And your mind gets molded by these things. Like going back to like Alcoholics Anonymous. It's like I'm not even 100% sure that alcoholism is a disease that they say.
Yeah.
Alcoholism is a disease.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Is cigarette addiction a disease or is
I think
it
addiction
It's
is a disease. Yeah, that's
so
what
is
it is.
addiction a disease? Okay, addiction's a disease. Okay, it's an interesting concept. I mean, I guess I'd have to really like research that and like talk to doctors, and I guess you could be born with it. Like if your parents are heroin addicts, you're probably going to be a heroin addict too.
Yeah,
I guess.
you got babies that are born addicted.
It's interesting though. I mean, it's just an interesting concept of like. To
Well,
me,
I
it's
also
like,
think it's a language thing, right? Like I don't, it's like I think that it is a way to sort of frame a situation. I don't know enough about like the science behind it, but it's like I think that there is a reason for referring it to as that. I think I don't know.
I don't know the science behind it either, so I'm not gonna like speak on it too much. But like I think there's I just know I'm passionate about it because I just know that it starts with your own thoughts and your own self. And, I guess I'm on this kick lately that you don't have to be the person that you are. You can be whatever you want. You can, you can go to the grocery store and just, if you don't have to always go to the same place and buy, I always buy this macaroni and cheese. You don't even have to eat macaroni and cheese anymore. You could literally go eat butternut squash tomorrow. Like, you could think about this kind of thing, and you could be a mountaineering guy. You can just do whatever you want. You could play tennis. And you could get really into it. And you could get really good at it.
But don't you think, like, there's a reason why people end up dead from, so say somebody does heroin until they die, of course they could have, like, gotten out of it. We see people get clean, but I think that that is just a testament to how much of a stronghold some of these, like, chemicals have, right? I mean, that's scientific,
100%.
right? Like, things in the brain that there are chemicals you need to keep doing or else you'll die. Like, right? You can't just quit drinking alcohol cold turkey. If you're fully addicted, you'll die. Or like,
I guess what I'm saying is, like, from if you are the type of person that says you do heroin, let's say you do heroin every day, you're a junkie. You're on the streets. Mm-hmm. You're selling your ass for heroin. Yeah. You're deep in the zone. But if you're the type of person that says, man, I would like to get clean, but I can't because heroin's that powerful. Yeah. I'd be the person that tells you, well, you could get clean. Yeah, you really can. It's going to take work, but step one is just to know if you wanted to, you could. Yeah. There's no laws against it. There's no science that says, well, there's certain people that just can't possibly get clean. No, anyone can get clean. Yeah, and it just takes the steps to do it. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
That's all I'm saying. And, like, when I think about, like, AA and quitting alcohol and stuff, I just don't like this, like, branding of, like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't want to bash it because a lot of my friends are in it and it's helped so many people.
Yeah, I've seen it too, man.
All I know is that just, like, I did it myself. I did it on my own.
I think maybe
I was
more
really,
like
really bad.
I would say, like, maybe just for me, because I'm like maybe a different way to say it is, like, it wasn't for you, right? Like, it's just not.
I don't know. I never went. But it doesn't seem like it's for me because a lot of people have offered to take me, and the vibe was always, like, creepy. I was always like, that doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, because it didn't feel about me. It didn't feel like it was about me. It felt like it was about the program, and a lot of it felt like. Especially, like, one friend of mine was like, everything went back to the program. I'd be, like, having fights with my wife. Oh, you should go to the program. I'd be like mentally, having issues mentally. You should go to the program. I'd already been clean for 5 or 6 years. Yeah. I mean, I don't even consider myself sober. I don't count the days. I don't do anything. I just don't drink, and that's what I mean. Like, I think there's different versions of, like. And I contribute it to, like, meditation in the mind and just, like, wanting something for yourself. Yeah. For yourself.
Yeah, I think that because see, I hear that when you're saying
that's
like
ego, yourself.
Yeah. I think I don't know, man. I think that I think there are just so many facets of people's personalities where that I don't think that maybe that works for everyone. I know you're not saying it does. I'm just saying, like, I think that
I think it could, though. I think I am saying that it could. I think I am saying that it could if they wanted to. Maybe we don't focus enough on the ego. Maybe we.
I think we focus too much on it, man. I think
maybe we focus on the bad part of the ego. Like, we talk about Kanye West. When he does this and that and this and that, but we don't talk about Kanye West when he, like, puts out great music or something like that, or, like, maybe Kanye's a bad example, but
no, I mean, I know what you're getting at. You
like, have to use the ego, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pick yourself up by the bootstraps, Joel. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah, everybody run 76 miles a day. If you don't, you're a bitch. Get up. Don't even. You know what? Go to sleep at 8 a.m. Wake up at 10.
8 a.m.?
Yeah, 8 a.m. You sleep from 8 to 10.
You got to be up by 5. No. What 8 a.m.?
Okay, all right. Oh, no. Here you go.
Go to bed at 2 a.m. Wake up at 5. How about this?
How about you blink at 2:59? Just a nice deep blink, and you get up and you fucking have your protein shake with your I was gonna say spirulina, and your supplements
Green
and
shake?
dude,
Nice.
throw your wife on your back and run till you die, and then when you're dead, start a podcast, and then you'll motivate everybody else to do it. I just like, I love it too, man. I mean, it's like I've been inspired by listening to, like, you know, the David Goggins or like the Jockos of the world, but sometimes I'm just like, I get it, but it's just different, man. I don't there is this sort of like,
You know what it is? You know,
there's
what it
not a
is?
lot
I'll be
of like
honest with you.
empathy in it, you know.
No, there's not, because
Facts
there's
aren't
empathy in it.
feelings. Facts don't care about
Nah,
your
there-
feelings. Yeah.
That's not the same though. I don't see that as the same. You know what it is, bro? I'll be honest with you, man. I've been doing 50 push-ups a day for the last 5 or 6 days,
I can't do that.
and it's I don't know, man. I'm just in that zone right now where I'm
Don't
like,
grip that mic
know,
too hard, dude. You might fucking bust it.
I mean, it could happen, dude. I'm like fired up. I'm ready to just fucking like throw this video camera out the fucking.
Damn.
I'm ready to just go live in the woods and eat moose. You know, fuck it.
Hell yeah. Do it. Let's do it. That's the next Patreon episode. We're going to the woods to eat moose. I don't even think I would like moose. I don't know what it tastes like, but then I'd have to
It's,
quit eating moose. I'd be addicted to moose.
Do you like meat? Do you like meat?
I
Like,
think so,
are you
yeah.
like it's red meat. It's just lean red meat, from what I understand. I've never eaten moose, but I think I've had deer before.
I've had deer. It was fine when I was a kid. I used to eat goat. And then I had some goat in
I don't think meat's much different than goat or deer. I don't think it's much different than
it
that.
tastes different, but I've also heard that like it depends how you prepare it, that it tastes like gamey, or that's like a thing of people, they don't like clean it fast enough. I'll drop when we were in Ireland, I had like a goat stew that was like not great. It tasted like goat. But then my buddy Yoni, my buddy Yoni in Texas, he gave me some like venison sausage one time in Houston, and that shit was like good. It was just like delicious sausage. But I know there's like other shit in sausage, you know. But
Shout out to the vegetarians out there.
I know, man. I saw something that was kind of cool the other day. What was I gonna say? Sorry, I just got a text. I know. Keep your phone off. I can't. This is how we do it. I talk through the phone to David.
All right, well then announce the text. Read it out loud. Let's hear it. Don't be rude.
It says
Just read it.
It says, Joel, your test results are in, and you're 100% a neurotic mess. Oh, by the way, couple things. I saw this guy on Instagram asked, like, hey, thinking about going vegetarian, who thinks I should do it? And you know, those like polls. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
of course everybody's gonna say no. But then I clicked it, most people said yes, and I was like, oh, that's kind
Why
of cool.
wouldn't they say? Why
'Cause
wouldn't
you
they
know-
say yes? I would
'cause
think
you know
most people
how,
would
like-
say yes.
But you know how like meat culture can be sometimes. Everybody's like, no, what are you gonna be? You're gay now, dude. You what? That's another
well,
weird
that's
one.
true.
huh?
He's gay now, for sure. He
oh,
is
okay.
gay.
I was gay for 6
Yeah,
years
yeah.
then. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gay for 45 years or something like that. It's great.
Yeah. It's
But I think the polls would people would lean towards just supporting you. Like if I did a poll that said,
We're talking about the
I'm
internet.
thinking about eating meat. I'm thinking about eating meat. Should I do it? I think people would put yes. But if I put, I'm thinking about going vegan, should I do it? I think people would put yes. I think people just.
I don't think so.
if
I
they-
think if you put you're going
No?
vegan, people. Well, it also depends who you keep around you. But I think if I put thinking of going vegan, I bet you overwhelmingly it might. Well, I don't know. You're right. I mean, I don't know.
Do
I
it.
don't know.
What do you mean? You can do it. It's like just do it.
Dude,
on your
I'm too
Instagram
embarrassed
today.
to say I'm going vegan, dude.
Oh yeah, that is embarrassing.
No,
Did I
it's
tell
like,
you that I've been eating gluten free actually, like not for any real reason other
Just
than I
'cause,
had like no, I had an appendix problem. Like I had a pain
oh
in
yeah,
my
I forgot
appendix.
you were telling me that. Yeah, how you
so I
doing?
was like looking. I think I'm good.
That's good.
I went to the doctor and the doctor was like laughing at me. He was like, "Do you feel anything?" And I was like, "Not really." He's like, "No, you're fine." And then he
said,
took
"Don't
all
be
my
a
vitals
bitch."
and he's like, "Yeah." He said, "Don't be a bitch." He basically said, "Don't be a bitch."
Yeah.
He's like, "You look like you're in great shape for your age." And I
I'm
was
Dr.
like, "Bro, I've been
Jocko.
doing-" I was like, "Dude, I've been doing 50 push-ups a day for like 6 days." He's like, "Fucking beast mode."
I mean, you are in pretty
And
good
then-
shape, dude. For
pretty good. I don't like that. Good. Just say good.
No, you know what I meant. You know what I mean. Pretty good.
I'll
know?
fucking, I'll box you,
Dude,
on the
you're fucking,
Patreon.
for a guy who meditates, you're pretty aggro today, dude. You're ready to, you're like, I'm ready to throw my camera out the fucking window. I'll fucking wrestle you to death, dude. We're going.
Drop me in 100 miles of ocean water. I'll swim back this.
That's right, dude. You know what? I'm gonna put myself in a safe, dude. Just lock the safe.
You breezed, dude. You breezed by. I'll box you on the Patreon so fast. You didn't even.
Oh, I didn't even
acknowledge that
hear you.
said
I didn't
that.
even hear that.
I said I'll box you on the Patreon. You ignored it like a bitch.
I'm not competitive. Sure. Okay. All right. Great.
That'd be fun. Maybe that'll
What
get our
do I
numbers
get?
up, dude.
What do I get to win from that? I hit an old
You
man
get-
in glasses, and then I fucking feel awful, and then you beat me up
You-
because I feel
you
sad.
Get to flex. You get to flex. You're boxing. I mean, isn't boxing?
Also, I feel
part of-
really bad for even saying old man in glass. That was me trying to be wrestler, and now I feel awful about it, and I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Just so you know.
Wait, Joel. Seriously,
Yeah.
isn't boxing part of like your mixed martial arts training? Like,
No,
don't
I
you
I
practice
didn't.
boxing.
No, I did Muay Thai when I was 18 years old. I had one fight. I was like really, really obsessed with it. I think that what happened was I burned myself out. Like if I would have just been doing it for fun, I probably would still be doing it to this day. But it was like a heavy regimented program. Like I was going to fight, and I did it for like 9 months and like rose to like top of class. Like me and this other guy, David, were the two guys going out and doing fights and stuff. I did one at the Muay Thai Academy in Van Nuys. There are these fights called smokers that I don't think they're legal in California anymore. But they were just they would have a ring and you would weigh in, and your coaches would you'd find an opponent. But I think I just burned myself out. I was running like.
Why would they be illegal? Because it was just like a pickup fight. They were just like randoms.
It's in a gym. I think what it is you don't have proper like medical attention on hand in case anything happens. That I think they're called smokers because like back in the day it would just be like free like people smoking and betting on these fights and stuff. But it was pretty safe. I mean, you're doing them with headgear and shin gear and gloves. I still felt like I was in a fucking car accident the next morning. Like I remember waking up from the pain in my body. Like I like moved and I was like, oh, and I needed my mom's like
My
cane
God,
to go
you
piss.
are a pussy, bro. What the fuck?
Dude, I would have beat your fucking ass back then, dude. That was like my go-to. Like I would hang out with friends who hadn't seen me in a while, and if they even said anything to me, I'd be like, "What then? What's up, man? You want to go right now?" And they'd be like, "Oh, tough guy." Like, because at the least I could survive. Like, but I was like, I was training fucking 6 days a week, man. I was training 5 days during the week and sparring on Saturdays. I was on like a really
I know the
strict
feeling.
diet.
That's where I'm at now. I'm training 7 days a week, 50 push-ups a day,
That's
bro.
wow,
I'm training.
seven days is even crazier, man. Take a day off.
I'm going 50 days in a row, 50 push-ups. That's
Oh, that's
the plan.
cool.
I'm on day like 6.
And I actually like had some like muscle anyway, but so I did that and I just burnt myself out. It was like I kind of broke mentally. I think it was like, oh, I can't. I was supposed to fight and I pulled out right before my last fight because I had had enough of like the strict.
Wait, you
strictness.
pulled out? You were fucking him?
I was fucking him. Yeah, it was that part was
Nice.
good. I enjoyed it, but I didn't want to get him pregnant. I didn't know enough about reproductive systems back then. Now I'm like,
Right.
let it fucking rip, dude.
Rock
Anyway,
and roll.
yeah, I think that
Anyway, back to you in the studio.
dude, that is the
You
biggest.
don't say that enough on this show.
Back to you in the studio. Yeah, I know. I guess because we're back to you in your house. I was trying. I had all this shit I wanted to talk about. I wrote a note.
51 minutes in.
No, not really. I had a note about how my heart goes out to conspiracy theory people because like they just want community. Like that's really what it is. I think it's like that.
Of
I'm
course.
like feel bad for them, but it's just weird when they're so aggro about it. Like it's I don't know, but I'm like, damn, it's just
Well-
community. Broken people want other broken people to be around or whatever.
I feel really bad for conspiracy theory people because it's like I think Blind Boy said this, but it's so true. It's like they're really smart, but they're not smart enough. They're smarter than the average person for sure because they know there's something going on.
They're inquisitive. Yeah.
Yeah, they're inquisitive and they want to learn and they want to research, but they're just blinded by the fact that reality is like not that difficult. You know what I mean? It's not that deep.
They feel like their lives are boring and they need something to spice it up. Like conspiracy theories are basically like salt on food for them. It's like putting salt on life. They live a bland ass life and they want to spice it up, you know. Speaking of that, like the merger between conspiracy theories and like truth is have you seen this Get Me Roger Stone documentary on Netflix?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, I want to watch it. I haven't seen it, but it's interesting, right? Like this sort of like, sort of not propaganda, but he calls himself an agent provocateur. But like these people that almost, it's almost, it's just wild the way you can, you know, he just wears those shirts that say like Hillary's a pedophile or like, you know, Bill Clinton.
Well, he's one
shirts.
of the architects of the, you know, he's one of the architects of the Donald Trump.
Yeah, he was Nixon's guy, right? Or
he worked for Nixon. Yep.
He's got a tattoo of Nixon on his back, I believe.
He's got a tattoo of Nixon, and you know he's masterminded some pretty, you know, interesting political maneuvers. And you know, ironically enough, today it came out in the news that they are finding a connection between Roger Stone and surprise, surprise, you know, the insurrection at the Capitol. And
man, whoa.
He was working with the Proud, but you know, this is all now they're saying this is like speculation, but they're investigating if he was working, which, you know, I would say it seems kind of obvious, if he was working with the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers to actually organize this, you know, insurrection and attack on the Capitol as a pre-planned, you know, situation, which seems like it was, right? It felt like it was like organized.
I mean, it depends how deep you go with pre-plan. It's like if you're sending out a text that says tomorrow at 5, that's pre-planning, right? Like that's enough for premeditation.
For sure, they
like
were planning on.
No,
they were definitely pre-planning on being there. You know, were they planning on actually like trying to get inside the Capitol and?
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
That's were they planning on attacking like that and causing a scene? And you know, it seems pretty obvious that they were planning on it. I mean, I don't know how far they were planning to go with it. Like, were they planning on kidnapping people? Were they planning on, or were they just planning on trying to, you know, delay it, cause a ruckus? Anyway,
there's
Roger
people
Stone
with
is
the zip
interesting.
ties and shit, you know, like fucking
Crazy,
ready to
yeah,
take
for
off.
sure.
Yeah. You know what's
It
crazy,
felt
and
that way,
this
yeah.
is almost like fucking insane to say, but like, and I'm saying this in like it's a negative form of it, but it's there is this weird artistic thing to it, like creating like anarchy through like images and sort of like it just seems like he's like I don't know. I now I feel like
they're
I dug
amazing at that
myself
shit. I
into
mean,
a thing. Yeah.
No, you like I'm really up on this. Like I've done, I've been obsessed with these guys since the beginning, and I've talked about. I was even trying to get on Sam Tripoli's podcast to talk about Cambridge Analytica because I was aware of it before Trump was elected, actually, or like right when he was elected. I was starting to read about these companies that are stealing your data from Facebook and targeting specific groups, creating hashtags, creating ideas. And Cambridge Analytica, Stephen Miller, Roger Stone, Steve Bannon, and Jared Kushner, they were responsible for all these slogans that you hear. Build the wall. You know, make America great again.
Drain the swamp.
Drain the swamp. That's a great one. Drain the swamp. I mean, who doesn't want the swamp drained?
Remember when
That's
like Trump
amazing.
even said it? He's like, they told me to say this. He goes, I don't know, that's like hokey, but they want me to say it. I said it. And people loved it. He's like,
they researched it. You know, they literally did research. They put all these things out there. Stop the steal was another one.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't
Don't be a bitch.
They know what resonates with people, and they know it's mind control. It really is, and it got to that level of like, who's willing to like fucking really do some real hardcore shit for the and think about it. If it would have gotten a little bit more popular, say like, you know, I'm always the one saying that Trump doesn't have as many followers as you think, like true followers.
Yeah.
True followers. You know, I'm talking about like
People ready to die for the cause.
If everybody that voted for him was really ready to roll with what he wanted them to do, they would all have been in D.C. and millions of people would have taken over the Capitol. And guess what? We would have had a coup. We would have definitely like our government would have been taken over, and he would have they would have stopped the steal. President Trump would be like just what happens in third world countries.
But what about the military? Do they like? Wouldn't our military just be like, and like show up with tanks and just fucking?
Yeah, I mean, you would hope so, but the military works under the government, right?
Yeah,
So
I guess if they had enough of that, then it would be.
if they had enough of that, then yes. But if they didn't have enough of that, and if enough people were inside, and like if enough people in the military were
That's
Trump
right.
supporters, like
Yeah.
what percent of the military? If 50% of the military were Trump supporters, is that enough to take over the whole military? A lot of the military takes orders from their generals. So let's say the highest general in the military.
Yeah.
And by the way,
And you
Trump
can't
was talking
question
to
those.
these people. These guys came out saying like, I don't work for a king. I don't work for a president. I follow the Constitution. Meaning, clearly there was people talking to them about supporting Donald Trump and getting to the bottom of the steal and all that shit. So we're lucky. We are lucky to live in this country in
Man.
that sense. Because it could have gone, if the military was on his side, then he gets to do that. If they're not on his side, then guess what? Just like what happened, he doesn't
Man.
get to do it. You're right.
Yeah, so I was like looking. Yeah, the Roger Stone thing. It's pretty interesting because just the tactics are kind of really old and. I don't know. It just makes you think of like Nazi propaganda or things like that, where like you don't even. It doesn't even have to be real. If you say something enough times and put it on a T-shirt and stuff like that, it will gain some sort of traction. It's fucking wild what images and memes and things like that can do and how quickly they can spread and all of that.
We see it in everything. Music. We wonder why certain music is popular. It's just because people see it so much. You can. Look at the Black Eyed Peas. They're horrible. One of the worst rap groups of all time. Yet they've sold more albums than the Beatles.
I got a feeling
Not even joking. They're the worst.
that
just
tonight's
horrible.
gonna be a good night. That
The
tonight's
Black Eyed Peas are the QAnon of music. They are. They're just like
You never
pushed
liked
on
them?
people. Never.
not even when they
I
were
hated
like
them
on
in
the Warped
originally
Tour.
because I never liked them because I thought they were just really like my favorite group was Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
I loved Tribe, De La. I liked the whole Native Tongues. And when Black Eyed Peas came out, they were like a generic version of the Native Tongues, like a suburban, like just cheesy, really bad version of that. And I was
Yeah.
like, you can't just do that. You can't come out like Afrocentric, like years after these guys like built those train tracks. That's not fair. And then they switched it up and became all super pop. And I was like, oh, these guys are just trying to sell records, Like they're like an algorithm.
Yeah.
They're like,
damn.
we need a native guy that looks like a meth dealer. We need
I think that guy's
like,
Mexican actually.
one chick. I used to do a Black Eyed Peas bit when that fucking "Tonight's Gonna Be a Good Night" song came
That's
out.
hilarious. Oh man, do you remember it? Was it that you're sort of putting the group together?
Yeah, I think it started by I would just start saying it like tonight's gonna be a good night, and then I think I started like stopped and I think it started by saying like, you know what, I think I'm gonna fucking kill someone tonight. Fuck that shit. Who the fuck tells me it's gonna be a fucking good night?
What if
Over and
that's a
over.
good
Why do you have
night
to
for
keep
you?
saying it?
Yeah.
Why do I have to keep saying it? And I go, oh, by the way, that fucking Indian looking dude that looks like he's your meth dealer, his name's Taboo. You don't know that. You don't know the fucking motherfuckers' names.
Well, there you
Those guys
go.
get in the Grammys. Those guys get in the fucking Grammys. That's crazy. They're like
yeah.
the most popular group, man. That guy can get into the Grammys every year, no problem. Taboo, the fucking meth-looking dude. He's like getting pussy. Like, it's crazy how rich that guy is. I'm mad. I'm mad at how
Dude,
fucking
your
rich that guy
these
is.
push-ups have changed you, dude. This is our most controversial episode so far, just because you're fucking amped
That guy,
up, dude.
I hope that guy hears this shit. He's probably broke his shit right now. They probably didn't give him shit. He probably
Oh
made
hell no, that
$60 a
guy's
fucking-
living it up, dude. I saw a New York Times.
He probably made $60 a gig.
No way.
They paid him $150 to do the lyrics that were written for him, and he was just stoked.
You know,
to be
they
on the
had
bus
an
getting some
original.
pussy.
They had an original girl on in the group, and she quit because they like wanted her to start like sort of like sexing it up and like grinding on the
Right.
guys, and she's like no. And I watched the whole thing.
And
on
where's
hers.
she at now? Where's she at now?
She ain't at the
I'm gonna find
Grammys, I'll
her.
tell you that. No.
Nope.
She seems like she's doing all
She's a
right. Though she,
babysitter.
kind of got Buddhist about it all, and sort of like is, it's different.
Right.
I guess you have to, man. But yeah, that's it. I think we're about I wanted to recommend. You know what I watched was a Bad Trip.
Oh, I'm watching that tonight. I'm definitely.
Yeah.
I already decided to watch. Yeah, I can't
It's
wait.
fun,
I'm gonna go watch
man.
it right now.
It's fun. I watched
I
it
bet.
by myself, and then I watched it with my parents, and it was it's light. It's light, and it's real easy to watch. It goes by quick, and you know what got I wanted to see it the whole time I was hearing about it, but then somebody wrote a thing about how they don't like. Somebody was writing a thing about how they didn't usually like prank movies because prank movies are kind of like mean spirited in a way. It's kind of like, haha, we're smart, you're dumb, we got you. But in this movie, I feel like everybody that they prank is almost like comes off pretty well. Like, you know, some people come out as like looking like heroes. Some people are just like kind. So I think they did a really good job of that. And I like that it's basically like a narrative set. It was like Bad Grandpa, you know? But yeah, it was fun. And then I got to
Cool.
watch fucking King Kong Godzilla with my mom at some point, either tonight or tomorrow, because that's our shit.
Do you have to watch that?
Well, we've seen pretty much every monster movie in the theaters for the last like whatever years. Like we saw like every
Okay.
Planet of the Apes, and that's like my mom's like favorite thing is like those sort of like movies, you know, kaiju and fucking the Jurassic Parks and stuff. If there's a beast chasing humans around, we're in. So we're gonna do that, but that's it. I don't
It's
know.
not
You
that
got,
good, but whatever.
yeah, we'll have fun. We'll eat popcorn and fuck it. It'll be family
Nice.
time, so that's nice. But
Fuck
what
yeah.
you got any fucking Rex, dude?
I mean, I don't know if I said this before, but I watched WandaVision and I loved it. And
Oh,
I'm not
cool, yeah.
Never watched a superhero movie in my life. I mean, Batman, obviously, like,
Yeah.
but none of the what is that? I don't even know what's it. The Marvel,
the
right?
Marvel
That's
universe,
the Marvel
yeah.
universe.
MCU.
I haven't even watched Black Panther.
Black Panther was
But
cool. It
I
took me
watched-
forever to see it.
I watched WandaVision because I didn't know that it was a Marvel universe thing, and it's amazing. It's really really well done. As a matter of fact, I thought it was like really really good until it kind of really became like Marvel universe stuff towards the end.
Yeah.
I would have been happy with just like you should watch it. You guys should
Yeah.
watch it if you're not
Yeah,
into
I'll probably check
Marvel
it out.
stuff, watch it. Yeah, it's really good. It's really really good. First
Oh,
4
yeah.
or 5 episodes are just like fantastic. Really good
Nice.
TV.
Well,
Yep.
there it is, folks. You fucking heard
There
it
it is.
here. We'll see if I end up watching that Roger Stone documentary. I was about to press play last night, and I was like, not in
I'll
the
be
mood
honest.
for
There's
this.
no. I'll be honest. I'll send you some stuff. There's better stuff on what they're doing and who they are. The one on Netflix really it's just pretty generic and like
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend that one.
Okay. Well, send me some stuff, man. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Till
maybe
then,
maybe
you
we'll
know.
go over some stuff on the Patreon.
That could be cool. Yeah, that might be fun.
Some of that conspiracy stuff.
Yeah. That could be fun. A conspiracy theory. We'll look at them. We'll pick our favorites. We'll sort of get in deep with them.
I mean, I have tons of that QAnon, Cambridge Analytica stuff. So
You know what I used to
I'll
like
bring
was
that.
the fucking this guy wrote this book called like not Ancient Aliens. It was like gods
Yeah.
amongst something. It was like about the Anunnaki and that kind of
Footprints.
shit.
Footprints of the Gods, right? Graham Hancock is the guy's name.
No. There's no. I read a different. This was kind of
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, man.
That guy's cool though. Graham Hancock's really cool.
Yeah, he's done like Rogan and those sort of things, right?
Yeah,
but who
he's done
hasn't?
Rogan,
I'll
yeah.
tell you who. Me. Anyway,
I haven't
and-
yet either.
and
But does
Deer,
Rogan
yeah.
know I'm doing 50 push-ups a day? He could be into that.
He would
could
love
get me
that.
going.
All you gotta say is, "Hey, I know Donnell Rawlings, and I do 50 push-ups a day, and you're about to eat moose, and you're swimming
No,
100
elk.
miles back from the
Oh,
middle
I
of the
see. Yeah, if
ocean.
I told him, I want to promote my 100-mile swim. They're gonna
Yeah.
drop me off.
Yeah. Tom Green did
gonna
that
look
one
into
time. He swam like some far thing, and he did a press conference, and I still remember this joke. He goes, "They say that the human body is 90% water, which means only 10% of me will have to swim."
We'll die. Oh, okay, well, that's funny.
Anyway, but that's it,
All right.
man. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks. Sorry for the hold up, but thanks for still fucking being back here watching us. And we'll see you soon. Thanks so much. Yeah.
Gunshots on a gun, I don't wanna be. Guilt trip, these drugs are inside of me. This is not where I wanna be. This is not who I wanna be. And these words I speak